Oh, well, this has changed. Thanks, Facebook. Okie dokie. Is this actually on? I can't decide. I think it's going. Doesn't look like I can see anybody. Oh, hello, we have got somebody. Hello, hiya. It's changed on Facebook. Just as I was starting to learn new technology, they've changed it, which isn't helpful. Glad somebody's there. It doesn't tell me at all if anybody's there or not now, which is not helpful. So, hello, Jane. Anyway, I don't know if anybody else is there. If you are, then do give me a little comment underneath to let me know that you're here. But I have got no idea anymore. I hope you've all had a good week. I know I've been keeping you really busy on the page over the last week with lots of challenges and tips and advice and everything like that. So do keep me up to date with what you're doing. I've been having some awesome videos being sent through, everything from little tricks to lead walking and even agility. So do keep those videos coming through. I do love to see them, and if you're struggling, I'll do my best to help you as well. So I've got a few bits that I want to cover tonight. Where's my little list? So I wanted to discuss today, just to have a little chat about reinforcers, because everybody always maybe hears about reinforcers, but I just want to make sure and have a little chat about them and that you understand what they are. So firstly, you've got primary reinforcers, which are biological needs of the animal. So food, water, touch, that sort of thing. That is your primary reinforcer, something that is a biological need for the animal. Then you have your secondary reinforcers, which are essentially, it could be anything, absolutely anything at all. And then that will be paired together with a primary reinforcer. So if you have a secondary reinforcer, for instance, a clicker, that clicker doesn't mean anything at all to the dog. It is a neutral stimulus. It means nothing until it is paired together with a primary reinforcer. Once you've combined a neutral stimulus, like a clicker or anything else, it can be anything, a good boy, good girl, yes, whatever you want, the sign of a tennis ball, whatever, it can be absolutely anything, that will then become linked with your primary reinforcer. So your dog will then understand that that secondary reinforcer, which becomes a conditioned reinforcer, it's no longer a neutral stimulus, it becomes a conditioned reinforcer or a secondary reinforcer. Because the dog knows that when they see it, hear it, feel it, whatever, a primary reinforcer is going to follow that secondary reinforcer. Yeah, you've got clickers as an example, you've got your verbal, you've got your touch. It can be anything that you compare to something that the dog has a biological need for. But then you've got to figure out is what's most rewarding for your dog. Not all dogs are necessarily really fussed with food. And you can't necessarily say, okay, dog, I want you to tug with this toy, or I want you to do this or that. If they don't enjoy what you're using as a reinforcement, it's not going to be reinforcing for that dog. So Jane, if you're on, you understand this one, that when it comes to what Bailey loves doing, we know that we don't need any food or toys or anything at that point, because Bailey has so much reinforcement doing his agility. He doesn't want the food, he doesn't want any toys, he just wants to go and do another jump. So Bailey gets his reinforcement and his need and his desire just from doing that agility. Whereas other dogs, for instance, say you've paired your clicker with some food, so your dog knows that when it hears a click, it's going to get a tasty treat. But for instance, if you're clicking and giving your dog chicken, maybe they don't like chicken. Maybe chicken gives them an upset tummy. They're going to then realise that that click isn't necessarily as good as it once was when, yeah, Jane, exactly. Chicken isn't going to be as valuable as maybe a bit of hot dog or cheese if they don't enjoy it as much. So then you've got your scale of reinforcement. So what does your dog find most valuable? And for every dog, that's going to be different. Some dogs are going to do absolutely anything for a bit of cheese. Some dogs may not be fussed by cheese and they actually want a tennis ball. So that's what you need to find out with your dog, is what do they actually really want. And if you can get this list of everything that your dog likes and enjoys, as well as food and everything biological, you can start adding it in to their training. So for instance, my dogs, they know that good boy, good girl, that's a good one, you know, yeah, good, but they don't get that overall amazing bit of food or tug tie unless they've maybe done it at a better level. So I can start to vary my level of rewards for my dogs so that I understand, oh, hang on a minute, that was a bit better than the last time I did it, I'm going to do it like that again. So that's where you can really start to play around with these reinforcers. And so long as you understand that that most reinforcers you need to pair together with a primary one, otherwise they're not going to be at all enticing for your dog unless they're linked to one of those primary reinforcers. So in Bailey's case, just the absolute thrill and excitement and the adrenaline that it gives him to do his favourite stuff. He loves doing it. He doesn't want anything else. He just wants to go over another jump and through another tunnel. That's what he loves doing. So if I really wanted to get an amazing behaviour out of Bailey, say I wanted to practice my sit, if he did a really good sit, then he's going to get out to go over that jump. But we know that if Bailey doesn't do a good sort of sit stay and he still gets to go over that jump, he's then self-rewarded. So when you've got something like that, it's a really tricky situation to start to try and break. So we have to make something else more valuable, which we're working on, aren't we, Jane? And we're just going to get through all that training and he's going to have forgotten it all when we get back. Oh, no, I just thought of that, Jane, please. Don't stop working on your weight, okay? I know it's amazing, not agility, but please. Try and find something really exciting around to try and pull him off of his weight. Let's prove that somehow. So if anybody's really, really interested in learning a little bit more about how dogs learn and everything like that, this is the best book around. This is the one that you want to read. This is the one you want to get, by Mary Birch and John Bailey. This is definitely one that you need to pop on your bookshelf. I will pop a link into it. Yeah, they are, Jane. I'll pop a link to it in the comments when I finished everything on Amazon or something like that. But this is just your go-to book for everything. So yeah, that's How Dogs Learn. It is absolutely the best book ever. This is like my third copy, I think, because they've just become so worn. So over the last week, I've had another week with Puppy Alan, and what have I been doing with him to try and keep things as normal as possible? Well, he's been going out for his walks, which last week, obviously, they started off quite nerve-wracking for him. All the traffic and everything like that, all really noisy and weird and moving. His biggest problems are flower pots and cyclists. We are struggling with people a little because obviously they're always at a distance, and I'm not sure how I'm going to cover that quite so much at the moment. I'm hoping that maybe if I sit at the entrance to my door, maybe if I was to put some treats out on a table, maybe somebody might be kind enough to pick one up and throw one at him. But it's a really, really tough one to try and help Alan understand that these people aren't at a distance for a reason as such. So I'm desperately trying to sort of find a way of getting around that. He's doing better the more people he sees, but he has to sort of sit still and watch them from a bit of a distance. He doesn't like it when they're maybe standing still and waiting for him to pass. He's okay if they pass him, but when I add in the additional movement of me moving, but the other people are still, he's not keen to go past them. He likes it if they're just moving on and going away. So ideally, I want somebody to just stop and chat to him at the end of the path and throw him a treat. That's what I'd like. So if anybody wants to just walk past my house and throw my dog a treat, let me know. That would be really helpful. So yeah, the plant pots are getting there. It's definitely the bikes that are the worst at the moment. He's doing really well with traffic, really, really well. And his loose lead walking is just, I think it's going to be the best out of any of my dogs. Mainly because I don't generally walk my dogs on a lead very far. I'll be out of a car park and then into a woods or a field. But of course, I can't do that at the moment. So my other dogs are destroying my shoulders. But little Alan is just excelling at it because he's got no option. He's never had the luxury of just, okay, let's go. So his loose lead walking is coming on beautifully, and I'm really proud that he's only been out for a week and he's taking it all in his stride and walking beautifully. I'm so impressed with him. He's a clever little boy. In last week's Woof-in, I mentioned about separation anxiety and my concerns that come when everything gets back to normal, if it's ever going to get back to normal, I think that as a dog trainer, I'm going to have an influx of separation anxiety issues. I think that also the world's going to change a little bit as well, and I think that a lot of owners are going to end up working from home more because it's proved to be doable. So I think that this is then going to have a knock-on effect. And there's a very, very good dog trainer who specialises in separation anxiety. That's Julie Naismith. And she actually just yesterday started an online sort of course challenge. So she's going to be doing videos every Monday to Friday live on her Facebook page. And I think this is just an absolutely wonderful idea. So I'm going to be following her, again, just for my dogs. You know, I know all this stuff to do, but it just gives me that little marker post because I tend to run around so much trying to help everybody else's dogs. I don't always necessarily think of mine first. And like the shoemaker and his children and elves and whatever, the saying is that they just get left to last, really. So I'm making that challenge so that I can actually do it myself with my dogs each day. And it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. Just a couple of minutes. It can be sorted. So I'm going to pop the link to Julie's website and her Facebook page so that as many of you that are concerned about separation anxiety, which quite frankly should be most of you, can just step in and have a go at some of these exercises that Julie's going to be doing over the next month. And then at least you can keep them in the back of your mind so that maybe when you are doing a cup of tea or anything like that, hang on a minute, I could just do that just to help me in the future, in the next month or so, whenever this is all going to start settling down. So please do check out Julie. What I also want to remind everybody is the weekly timetable of what I've got on for you all over the week. Oh, I'm not very good at getting this the right way around. So on Mondays, I'm always going to be doing a Mental Enrichment Monday and the weekly challenge. So the Mental Enrichment Monday, that's going to be all about mentally enriching your dog's lives. and making them some sort of enrichment game from stuff you've got at home, that you don't need to go and buy all these really expensive toys that you find on Amazon, etc., etc. You can just make things at home. So that's what I'm going to be covering again on Monday, and I'll be setting the weekly challenge. This week's weekly challenge was leg weaving. So I've been seeing some great videos, and I can't wait to see what you've all come up with by the end of the weekend. It's going to be a lovely sunny weekend, so I want to see lots of outside videos of you all practicing and getting those leg weaves going and everything like that. So yeah, do get those going and coming through, and then you'll have a new one on Monday. Tuesdays is Tongue Out Tuesday, so that just invites you all to really get those silly photos where the dog's tongue's hanging right out in those photos. There's nothing better than a great big happy tongue out photo, so get those across on Tongue Out Tuesdays. Wednesday is Waggy Wednesday. So I think this week was the first Waggy Wednesday, and that went down really well. So that is really nice little inspirational or happy stories that you've maybe experienced with your dog. We've had 2 in this week, so if I can have some more for the coming Wednesdays, that would be brilliant. So if you've got a lovely happy story about either how you rescued your dog, or how your dog's done something for you, or how they've changed your life, they're the sorts of stories, those happy waggy stories, that I want to hear about. So you can Facebook those across to me, you can email those across to me. Do get them across, and they'll be featured in Waggy Wednesday. Thursday is Trick and Treat. So that is, I meant to do a live training session yesterday tonight, but I absolutely just got swamped with work, and totally, it was just, I couldn't get there. So I hope to do the live trick training session next Thursday. But what I will do is I'm going to do some backup pre-made videos just in case anything goes a bit crazy with work again. So yeah, Trick and Treat Thursday, should be doing a live video next Thursday for you all to come and join in. Friday, like today, is Foodie Friday. So I'll give you a new little recipe every week to maybe go and try with your dogs. And again, just send me some photos of those, and let's see your little attempts. I won't show you my attempts because they were rubbish. That's why I had to find a stock photo. I burnt mine. Then you've got a nice little recipe to try at home and not burn. And then we've got Friday Woof-in as well, so which I've come to really enjoy. Actually, this is the 3rd one I'm doing, and it's really quite nice to just be able to put something out there. Whether anybody watches it except for Jane, I don't know, but then Saturday is Sporty Saturday, so I mainly focus on agility for Sporty Saturday. There are some other bits I could do, maybe around hoopers, but I think really that as agility is just a little bit more, it's more well known than hoopers, and a lot of the agility skills can actually be transferred across to hoopers. I will stick with the agility side of things. There's lots to show you on that. There's a video coming out tomorrow morning on blind turns for tomorrow, and I'm working on the catch for turn one at the moment, but these videos take like an hour each to make. That's not including the setup time, so and actually doing and filming them. So yeah, they take a long time. And then Sunday sniffers, so that's all about scent work. So we had lesson 1 last week, so if you've not had a chance to go and look at that, you can either scroll back through Facebook, or you can visit my YouTube page, where everything's just a little bit easier to find rather than going through all the other posts. And the same for this video. If you've missed anything I've said today, I will upload that to YouTube later. So yeah, just remember that if there's anything you're particularly interested in, there's probably a day for it somewhere along the lines with what I'm doing. There's going to be a day for it. If there is anything that you do want to know more about, I know I've got some requests in, and I'm working on tips and videos and everything to cover loose lead walking, especially loose lead walking and recall are the ones that most people have been sending. Hiya Tracy. Oh, thanks Jane. I don't know why they've changed it on Facebook. I can see comments, but I can't see who's watching. I can't see anything. They've changed it. It's really odd. I don't know why. Why do they have to change things when it's worked perfectly well before? I don't know. But I've struggled to even get online earlier. I couldn't do it. It was just they've started this new way, and it's obviously a bit glitchy. So yeah, if there is anything in particular you'd like to see, again, email me across. I'm keeping all the emails together, and I'm just trying to bundle them together and do the most popular. So loose leaf walking and recall are going to be coming up, as well as the tricks. I know you will love the tricks, so I need to keep those going. I'm almost going to run out of tricks with my own dog, so we're going to learn some of them together, I feel. So that might be quite a good one to do. So if anybody's got a particular trick they want to learn, maybe I can, and it's not one that my dogs know, maybe we could learn it together and do a live session and play on that together. Maybe we'll do a Zoom online class, something like that with everybody together. So anything like that, I will be more than happy to do. I'm breaking. Oh, am I, Jane? It's like I say, it's been really, really odd, this Facebook thing. It's bizarre. It's bizarre, and it keeps jumping on my screen. So I don't know. Hopefully you can get the gist of some of it. I'll speak a bit slower, maybe, so that you can get some more of the syllables. Oh yeah, I am. See, look, I'm on water and not gin. I'm definitely broken. But don't worry, I will be cracking out the gin a little bit later, because I've had a really tough, hard week, and I think I deserve it. So there's a couple of more things that I want to go through. If you can hear me and see me, if I'm not. Oh no, look, it's all gone. It is. It's all of these weird things on the bottom. It's so odd. It's so odd what it's doing. I don't know. It's you want to teach. Okay, Kat. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that a bit jointly. Dexter can do it a little bit. Dexter can do it a little bit. Oh no, Beans. I've forgotten. Both of them can do it a little bit. So okay, hang on. Let me just add that to the. Let me add that to the list. That's not a pen. That is. Walk on feet. Okay. And that comes next week's challenge, Kat. Do you want to do that for next week's challenge? Let me know and I'll see the comment pop up. It's dropped out again. This rubbish, Facebook. Rubbish. It's got all these event logs and it's saying it's crashed. I don't even know if you can hear me or see me anymore, but I'll carry on regardless. Let's just say, if it's just comment if it's still breaking. I know. Yeah, I have got too many dogs. I have. Can you put the kettle on? Yeah. Do you know what? Technically, we could if we made it safe. Do you know what? I reckon you probably could, because depending on what sort of kettle you've got, you could probably easily, get a button to then, like they do with those ball runs, Sally, where they set a marble off and then it goes and does this thing all around the house. We could just get your dogs to knock a tennis ball, which will roll down, go round a spinny thing, plop into the fruit bowl, knock a fork, roll an egg across, which will then flip the kettle on. So, thanks, Tracy. You want to see Alan? He's downstairs. He's downstairs. If I get him up here, it's a nightmare. I tried it the other day and he just fell asleep on the desk. So he's not one for camera, I don't think. Yeah. Okay, Fab Cat. We'll give that a go on Monday. Monday. So next week's challenge, everybody. Okay, so those of you that are watching this are going to get heads up. We're going to do walking on the feet for next week. So I'm going to try and practice with my dogs over the weekend just to see if I can get it a little bit more presentable. You'll get a new pupper soon, Kat. I mean, quite frankly, if you want, you can come and take one of mine off my hands. It'd be great. It'd be great if it's one less furry bottom to brush each day. Yeah, you can have. They're all fine. Cassie would be quite. Well, no, Cassie's quite happy sitting here. Actually, Cassie's my princess. She's not doing anything. She's just retired. What I'm going to desperately ask everybody to do, I've set myself a little challenge to try and get 500 likes on the group by Sunday or the end of the weekend. So please do. You can go and invite your friends to the group. You'll have I know you will, Bev. I know you will. Not while you're all strapped up with broken things and everything like that. We can do paw on the nose as well. Yeah, I did a 1-to-1 on that the other. the other week. In fact, I need to find out how that's going, actually. So that's just reminded me. So yeah, I can do that. Where they're doing this, Kat, that one, where it's holding, or where they're doing this. Either way, it's the same. It's the same way anyway. We can go over that. Let me know which one you want to do. So yeah, we'll go through those, Kat. Keep them coming. I'll do all of them for you. I'll do all of them. The ones I'm trying to avoid, the tricks that I'm trying to avoid for everybody, is ones that maybe need something, like skateboard. So Beans has got an amazing skateboard. He loves going on his skateboard, but there's no point in me doing a video on a skateboard because who's got okay holding who's got a skateboard lying around, unless you've got kids. And I know there's lots of kids around, but we'll see. So yeah, if you can please invite your friends, please invite them, share any of the content that you think might be of relevant. I know I do waffle a lot, but if you find something interesting, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd do, Kat. That's the sort of thing I'd do. Yeah, do, because it will just help me get to my little goal that I've set myself. There's not a lot I can do from being at home quite so much, so I have to make myself random little goals. So if you could try and help me get to 500 by the end of the weekend, that would be amazing. I've also set up, I know it won't apply to a lot of you, but I've also set up Pause Online, which is going to, it's similar to the group, but Pause Online is just a weekly fee of £5. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you access to everything before everybody else. It's going to give you the opportunity to Q&A me and have me help you remotely and give you discounted one-to-one training and lots more. And you can pay and just do it for 1 week if you like. And if you hate it, you can leave and say, sorry, Joe, it wasn't for me. Or you can join and continue us on our current canine journey. So that's something that I'm just bringing out this week. So it's still quite new. And I will be having sort of awards and everything like that for those that participate in little challenges and everything like that on there. So do come along if you feel like it. Have you done it? Have you done it yet, though, Sally? Have you done it? Hello, Amy. How are you? Are you behaving? What's Kira up to? Not a lot, from what I hear. Does anybody have any training questions that I might be able to answer briefly that might have cropped up for you this week? Have you struggled with any of the videos I've uploaded? Anything that I've come across this week? Is there anything that you've experienced that you might need a little bit of advice on? Ask now or forever hold your peace, because I don't like to waffle on for more than 30 minutes. Let's face it, that's more than enough of me, especially when you can't particularly answer me back and shut me up. So you all know I like to waffle. So I like to try and cut myself off. But oh, well done. Yay, Tui, get a video, Sally. Get a video. Go on, please. Go on, send us a video. If you get a video, then I'll pop to the park or something and get one of Beans. Oh, actually, I've got one on my phone. Actually, I have got one. Yeah, I have got one on my phone of Beanie. So yeah, send it across, Sally. I'd love to see it. Any tricks that your dogs are doing, please do send them across. I'd love to see them. Right. So final bit of the day then. If there's no questions, but I'll keep an eye on that for the next minute. It's the weekly competition. Woo! So everybody that tagged a friend or shared my post from last week, the one post. Oh, drop that. I've put your name on a post-it note and I've stuck it down. Oh, it's all stuck down. So let's see who our lucky winner is. Don't know if you can hear Alan screaming in the background. It's dinner time. Well, somebody's lucky day. Look at that. Beverly, I think you were on. I don't know if you're still here. Beverly, you've won a 30-minute one-to-one session with me. So you can get those spaniels out and we can have a little bit of fun and go through whatever you want. But it's going to have a full disclaimer, Beverly, that I am not responsible for any injury that happens within your household, your relatives, or anybody in any way linked to you. Okay? So Beverly, I'll get in touch with you and we'll arrange that for a time that suits you all. Oh, bless him, he's asleep. You know, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So you know where I am. Thank you all for joining me. Those of you that are here, but I've got no idea, apart from those that are commenting. I just don't know. I don't like this Facebook. Why have you changed it? It was better the way it was. I can't see anything. I can't see any thumbs. I can't see anything. It's rubbish. And I will see you all later. So tomorrow, first thing, I think we've got the blinds video coming up. Some of you that already do agility, you're going to find it just a little bit basic, but, you know, do share it maybe. I am aiming at people that aren't necessarily quite so up to date with everything. Jane, I am working on your video that you requested on Tuesday. So as soon as I've done the Ketchka one, then I'm putting them all together for you. So I just need to finish the Ketchka one, which is about a third done, and I need to get that done for tomorrow. So very time consuming, but hiya Bobby, how are you doing? How's it with Nelson? So that will be, I will get that one posted as well. I will try and do it for tomorrow. Hey Shireen, hello. I will try and get that posted as soon as possible. So that's definitely more than enough from me. Thank you for coming, those of you that are here and those of you that are maybe watching on catch up. Again, get those Waggy Wednesday happy stories to me. I really want to feature your happy story. You can stay anonymous if you wish. I won't publish your name if you don't want to. I did have one of those this week, so I won't publish your name if you don't want me to. Or, you know, I can put it under a pseudonym. Hello, Wendy. Hello. So yeah, get those Waggy Wednesday stories into me, and please, please, please invite your friends and share, because I just want to build this lovely, amazing canine community during this time. We're all stuck at home with our doggos, so let's try something new. So I will see you all later, and if you have any questions, you know where I am, and I'll speak to you later. What are we doing tomorrow night? What's tomorrow night, Wendy? What have I arranged? I haven't got anything going on tomorrow night, have I? Do you mean next Saturday, Wendy? I'm checking my phone now. What have I got going on tomorrow night? I haven't got anything on tomorrow night. I think you're getting confused with next week, Wendy. It's next week, 11th. 11th. All right then, guys. I will see you later. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.